Everybody has a story. Let me tell you a story in my early days here at the Journey Church about the nursery and the ladies' parlor. When Nancy and I showed up, we started, of course, in not only a new chapter in the church, but also, having family. And we were also reaching at that time some other young families because of our age and us networking out. And they too were starting to have families. So, babies started to show up for the first time in the life of this church, literally in years. But of course, the problem was that there really wasn't a nursery. And when I say that, they pointed out to me when I first came where the nursery was. It was down in the basement of this little country rural church. And it really felt like a dungeon, to be honest. The cribs and whatever the changing table were, literally the furniture was probably from the 1950s or 60s, just post-war. So we ended up for a while compensating by going into one of the classrooms in what would have been the new addition at the time for this church, which was built just 3 years prior to my coming. It was made of some Sunday school classrooms, a gymnasium, a nice kitchen, washrooms, and it was all on the level, and also a ladies' parlor. Well, I remember thinking to myself, we really got to have a better nursery, and I started meeting with the trustees. And this is the group of people in the church, if you don't know what that term is, the people given their task and responsibility of managing the property and any capital development of the building. So we all met in the ladies' parlor for this trustee meeting, and I just started asking the question, where do you think the best place for a nursery would be? And, it didn't take them long to figure out, well, Dave, we're sitting in the room, this would be the best place. So we came up with a proposal, and we made our way to the spring quarterly business meeting at the time, where decisions like this need to be made. And as we met, all of a sudden I realized that the only group of the trustees that showed up was the chair of the trustees. And I realized no one else was there. And so we came to the end of the meeting, and the moderator asked, is there any new business? And I decided just at that moment, I can still remember it, is that I said, well, this is a time I'm going to really pastor the people in fulfilling the mission of the church, which at that time was making the difference by making disciples, drawing people into a community of faith. We needed to align our values and actions with the needs of the people we were trying to reach. So we proposed that the ladies' parlor get turned into a nursery. And in that moment, one of the most spiritual ladies of the church, who was well respected by me, and I really enjoyed her, but she got up and walked out. Later on, we had a conversation. She said, I didn't vote, Dave. I said, oh, but you did. So there was a lot of robust discussion. There was disagreement as we wrestled through what we meant. It couldn't be a win-win in this moment. Someone had to make a sacrifice, and we were asking the older generation to make a sacrifice for the incoming one. Well, it passed, and immediately that week, we started right on building the new nursery. And I just want to say that more babies came, more young families came, and that's the rest of the story.